All right, welcome to the Planet Paintball podcast, brought to you by 1023 Sportswear and Southwest Paintball in Bayfield, Colorado. If you are looking to sponsor a show, hit me up in the DMs. We are opening for new sponsorships starting season 2 on the 10th of January. Anyways, I got Mason with me from the Outsiders. Almost said out. What's up, bud?
The Outlaws, man, that'd be a crazy name for sure.
How's life been?
It's busy for sure, especially as a father of 4, man. Like my life is go 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 go. This is probably the first time I've been able to sit here without one of them attached to the hip.
Yeah.
She's probably clawing at the door right now. You hear her just.
You got some little ones too, don't you?
So my youngest just turned a year old.
Yeah.
She's a little baby, but it's cool, man, because everyone in the paintball world and like the Carolina world in the fields, they know her because she's always with. And in the events that she's not, they don't even care to see me. They're like, "Where's that baby?"
Till they get about like 6 or 7, then they don't care anymore.
But yeah, it's like whatever, man.
Well, man, where are you based out of first? Let's the people know where you're at.
So, dude, I live in probably the smallest mountain town, and it's called Marion, North Carolina. Again, like no one's gonna know where that's at except for like the select small few. But I'm like 40 minutes away from Asheville, the Hendersonville area, for those that are more familiar with the bigger cities. Kind of the same for the Hickory market. It's about 30 minutes west or east, one of the two. I don't
Okay.
really keep up with directions. I just know where I'm going when it comes to an event or to a field. I primarily play on a Wolverine. I'm there almost every weekend. Mikey and Will, just 2 great guys. They run a great field up there. I've hit a couple others like Palmetto and Paintball Central, but Wolverine's just home when it comes down to doing practices and even just going to hang out, not even paintball included. That's primarily where I'm headed.
Mikey's doing good things up there.
Oh, dude, he's gotten so locked in when it comes to that field, especially since Hurricane Helene. Like, and if you weren't in this area and saw what truly happened to that field and what they went through, the transformation's incredible. So just shout out Mikey, great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. And that field was like 20 feet underwater.
Dude, I had to go to work the day of Helene. They made me drive in that for 6
they?
hours.
Jesus.
Dude, just to confirm that there was no power. To turn around and drive back to Marion, but we're not gonna get into that.
So how long you been doing this thing, man?
Honestly, it first started as a kid back in 2007. That was the first tournament though, and when I started getting into the tournament scene. If you're talking about going back to the OG days, like my mom bought me a Walmart paintball gun. We're not gonna speak on what that was because God bless her for doing it. Definitely not the highest quality marker, but when it comes to tournaments, I started in 2007, was playing on a Paintball Central in Greensboro, just doing Division 6 3-mans. From there, I took a bit of a break because I went off to college and I moved away to Blacksburg, Virginia to continue my career. And the job I was working, I could not get weekends off because as a manager at a pizza place on game day for colleges,
Yeah, you
it's
aren't
just
going
impossible.
anywhere.
That's no, absolutely not. So I took quite a hiatus, unfortunately, and then came back around probably 2015ish, and it was just picking back up where I left off. I believe I had ranked up to like I don't even want to say Division 5 because back then it was a different type of how they ranked us. It wasn't like D6, D5. That was so long ago, I can't remember, but
beginner and then I think D5 or was it straight
that's
to
right.
D4? I can't remember. But
it was something crazy,
evolved.
man, but it was so long ago. Yeah, for sure. But like I said, when I came back, I just started playing 3-mans with the buddies again. I joined up with a team called Carolina Nightmare, as you spoke to Chavez on a previous episode. I met up with him. We started playing a couple five mans as well. Won the Dirty South Open event at Rock Hill. And again, just like every paintballer, it was like, okay, now I've got to take a break and go back to doing the life thing again and stepping aside. I had some kids, couldn't afford it for a little bit. They were my top priority.
Yep.
And just recently, once again, it was kind of the same scenario. Me and Chavez was just talking a little bit, and he was like, you want to come back to playing. And I'm like, I can't tell you enough how much I do. I promise I do. But it's just, it's bad timing. It's bad timing. And ironically, everything that you're seeing kind of on the wall behind me was in my living room.
Okay.
Now, this is just now in the bedroom now. So, what brought this up was they were all hanging over my fireplace, and my wife never knew anything about this. So, one night she just struck up and she was like, "What are those awards? Like, what did you do?" And I was like, "Oh, that's paint." That led to like a 2-3 hour conversation, obviously. But she was like, why have I never heard of this? I've never seen you do it. Like, I was like, well, there's a lot of factors, but right now it's just not the time. She was like, no, you want to. And that Christmas, she was just like, you tell me what you want to get you back into the sport and I'll make it. So,
Awesome.
got all brand new, gear and, the pants, the pads, etc. The biggest thing is she took care of my LB1 that I got for Christmas last year. And ironically, I was right back to D5 again. Oh my God, I'm stuck in the pit of Division 5, man. But that's what drew me back in. And we played the C3XL last year, but it was kind of like a split thing.
Mhm.
I started off the season with Carolina Nightmare and Chavez and those boys again. And surprisingly, it felt like we picked up where we left off. The first event, we didn't do terrible. It was just adjusting because I think that was some of their first times playing X ball,
Yeah.
where they were used to more of the traditional CFOA 3-man, where it's you play a point and then you're going to go sit down for probably an hour before you hit the field again. Where, of course, in X ball, you got 2 minutes to get back on and start the next point for that series. But we didn't do terrible. We got a fourth place out of that event.
It's
The
not too
following, we
bad for
picked
the
John
first
up
one back, right? Like,
for
you
sure.
know?
For sure, man. It felt good to even advance because I went in and I played both days for that first C3XL because I was ranked D, but Chavez wanted a D6 and D5 line. So being D5, I could play down in D6. And we actually took second with the Division 6 line the day before. Had a really great day.
Yeah.
So I had a good feel for the layout and how the series was playing just going into day 2.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, my old body was not prepared to do that 2 days in a row. Man, when I tell you I woke up that Sunday in the hotel and I just thought, I don't even want to play paintball. I played paintball yesterday. Like, it's time to go home. But we didn't do terrible. And we picked John up for the second event, and you didn't answer your phone, so you're just going to be stuck listening to me and Hunter talk since you didn't want to hop on with us. But we did good. We grabbed a second place. We grabbed a second place up in Taylorsville. The name of the field is
Command
escaping
decision.
me at the moment. There you go, buddy. So we didn't do too bad. Like I said, we grabbed a second, and then we didn't really prepare after that, I guess is the right words. We went into the third event down at Extreme, Carolina Extreme. That's right.
Yep.
And dude, it was just a long day. I went again for both days to coach the D6 line, and I stepped away from playing with that line just because I didn't want to do necessarily great in D6 and then come into D5 Sunday exhausted and that
Mhm.
affect my team there. It wasn't fair to them.
Yeah.
So I just coached for D6 that day. And then I played Division 5 and dude, we just had a rough outing. Everything could have went our way, but we lost every point 2-3, every single one. And we had a chance to win each match, but it just didn't go our way.
Yeah. That was
And
a hot, well, not necessarily. It was a very hot and
the
humid
next one
weekend.
coming up was very hot for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but not as I feel like it wasn't as humid as Carolina, like
No,
extreme.
dude, it
It
was
was
so
just
humid.
sticky.
Oh my God. Needless to say, when we got back to the Airbnb we stayed in that night, it was the same thing. It's like, dude, I don't even want to go back to it. It was so miserable that day. And we got back late, even just coaching D6. It went on for quite a while. I think I got back to the Airbnb at like 8 p.m. that night. And it was kind of like cook, shower, pack the gear bag again, get ready to go.
Yeah.
But from there, that's kind of where the outsiders were born because a couple things just transpired, and John wasn't really thrilled about the way things went down. So he wanted to kind of do his own thing, and I felt like that friend torn between, a prior team plus my best friend at the time. So what was left of the Carolina Nightmare line that was playing prior became the outsider.
Okay.
And I don't know if everyone just felt like, we had something to prove, but we came out to the next C3 at the summer sauna, it should have been called, because, dude, that was brutal. And fought all the way to the finals, got first place. Unfortunately, at the season end, and once again at command center, we were down John. He was out of town training for his new job, and we had to pick up a couple random guys. It felt like the prior event all over again, just finishing 2-3 all day
Hmm.
long. And luckily at that point, that was the end of the season. So now it's just the off-season grind and focusing on what we're going to do for Division 4 and Division 5 because we want to take in two lines.
Yeah. Okay. So you gonna do a D4 and a D5 line?
John wants to do all three.
Okay.
I don't see it happening. If it does, more power to him. But the primary focus is D4 and D5 because luckily two of our guys that played in D5 picked up with us so late. They played the whole season Division 6.
Okay.
They only played two D5 events, so that first place is their top one, which drops,
Uh-huh.
and then the other one, it was so low, it didn't even really count towards their league points. So
Yes.
they'll stay at Division 5, whereas me, John, and Ronnie will go into the Division.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's it's kind of nice, especially if they're new, to get that extra season, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, and I'm a big fan of play as low as you can, as long as you can, because after
It's
D4,
funny. I
there's
just
nothing
had that
else.
conversation with some of the guys at Wolverine. He was asking me, "You think I can go into D5?" And I'm like, "Well, you're ranked D6. Go have that true D6 season. Get your feet wet, and then go from there. If you can play D6, just play it."
Yeah, yeah. And plus, like, especially if they're a brand new player and haven't played events at all, like, just go and play
Yeah.
D6 because it's different. It doesn't. You can be stunned at the
Oh,
local
dude.
field.
You
Like,
ain't even gotta tell me, man. Division 6 back in 2006 when we were playing, that was rec players.
yeah.
Division 6 right now, that's just guys that don't have points. Like, don't let the division number fool you. There's some competition there.
Yeah, yeah. There's still a lot of people coming back from before
Mhm.
there were really points.
Oh, for sure.
So there's a couple sleeper teams in every division.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'll be probably 10 more years before it's all worked out, which is crazy because we're 20 years
Oh, yeah.
into the APPA system, but not everyone was
Dude,
using
it's
it.
wild.
So but the wife just, like, supporting you in this is, like, kinda unique,
Oh,
man.
dude.
Like, what a blessing.
So, it and to be honest, it's new to me. So, like I told you earlier, I'm a father of 4, but me and my current wife only share the baby together. Willow, she's the paintball baby.
Mhm.
So, in prior relationships with my older children, they never really wanted to, kind of travel with me or come to practices, come to tournaments. Dude, she's with me every week, every week. She comes to Wolverine every weekend. She's at every practice. She's at every tournament. Dude, she hops in the
Yeah, I
pits.
was about to say, I always see her in the pits helping out.
Yeah, dude, like always with me. So that was such a change for me. because it was something I wasn't used to. I've never had this before. But just the fact that she's 100% supportive of this, I can go, hey, I just blew $500 on getting a backup gun. And instead of getting, my head shoot off, she's like, well, I hope you love it.
That's awesome.
It's a great change of pace for sure.
Has she entertained the idea of picking up a gun yet?
So it's funny you asked that. She has her own setup.
Okay.
She has all her own gear. She's got a mini Aspire IR. She's got her own little peanut tank. You know, no disrespect to her, but she's a tiny little
She's
thing.
pretty short.
Oh yeah, man. But she's got it all, dude. She's got the pants, the cleats. She just doesn't get a lot of time out there because of the fact that we usually have Willow.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little hard when you got a 1-year-old attached to you.
And dude, she's developed into like the paintball mom of Wolverine. Like we get to the field and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, can my kid come hang out?" And she's just like, "Sure, bring him on."
That's awesome, though.
Okay. Speak of the devil, she's just headed to bed right now. You could say
There's
hey
the
to
paintball,
the paintball
baby.
world.
You're paintball
That might
famous
be
now.
oh, for sure. She's gonna be pissed, but it's okay. It's bedtime anyway, man.
Yeah. So, you've been in and out of it a little bit. So what was the biggest change when, like, you came back?
The crazy was just the newer guns, I think.
Okay.
So, like, when I stopped playing, I was actually shooting at LB1 at the time, but it wasn't mine. I was just playing, like I said, with Carolina Nightmare that season, and that was one of the things that I had told him. I was like, "Dude, I've got everything, but I don't have a marker. So if you want me to come, play some events, just get me a setup and I'll be there." So I was shooting a teammate's gold and silver LV1, and that was like premier, marker at the time. It was top dollar. So it was kind of nice to come back and see that I bought a 1.5. Well, I should say my wife got it for me for Christmas, but it was only like $550 to get that marker. And then everyone's talking about CS and R5s and all these things. And I'm like, what's that, dude? Like CS1 was
Yeah.
like the best marker from Planet Eclipse as far as the spool valve goes at the time. So it was kind of shocking to see how much new things had come out and just the development of X Ball.
Yeah. 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 You have to go across the mountains to get to that league,
Oh man.
which is a trip, like it's
Oh yeah.
nothing to scoff at for sure. So what did you think of the 3-man X-Ball format? You like it better than the
Oh
5-man
dude.
or?
Oh man. I'm a big 3-man guy anyway. And not that I don't enjoy 5-man. I love 5-man, but it's one, cheaper, and two, it's a whole lot easier to find just three other guys that can stay committed for a season. Once you get into 5-man X ball, you're talking a roster of 7 to 10 players. And just right now, it's so hard to keep that many together. You're looking at either picking up people mid-season or finishing off with another team. And 3-man's just where I started. When I first came to playing tournament paintball, that was the first thing I did. And 5-man, when I went into it, was like, whoa, this is a whole new world. So when I came back, I wanted to at least pick up at my roots and where I had originally started. And I was thrilled to find out that they did have the C3XL because when I came back, I just thought, okay, I'm going to grab two guys and go play CFOA 3-man again. And that's when Chavez was like, nah, dude, like, this is what we're doing. And I'm like, I have no clue what that is, man. You're going to have to fill me in a little bit.
So how did you get linked up with the Carolina Nightmare guys to begin with? If you were up by
So,
Greensboro and now you're up by
yeah,
Hendersonville, because
yeah,
they're a
yeah,
journey away from you. They're like 2 hours away from you.
yeah. No matter where I've been, they've always been a bit of a trip. So the way I kind of met those guys is I was coaching a Division 6 team in CFOA around like 2014ish. They were called All American Nightmare. And they were based out of Danville, Virginia, my hometown. Chavez was playing with a team called like Fluid DL at the time, and they were Division 6 3-man. But he was always just good company. Like, I didn't know the guy at the time, but he would always come over and be like, "Hey, man, here's what I saw." And they split apart, I think, after like the second event. And my good friend Christian was coaching that team. So I knew Christian, I just didn't know his players. And halfway through the season, Chavez comes over and he's like, "Why don't we just kind of like join forces and we'll call it Carolina Nightmare?" And I was like, "Okay, absolutely." And at the time, I still wasn't really playing. I was just coaching. Me, Christian, and another guy was still doing the three-man series under Fluid, and we almost won the entire season champion. So when we went into the off season, that's when Chavez kind of hit me up and he was like, "Hey, man, here's my plans. Here's what I want to do." I was like, "Cool, I'm all in." And that's where we kind of formed Carolina Nightmare, and that included, himself, Lewis, all the guys that are still playing under that line under the C3 right now. That was kind of the main foundation.
Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, it's just that's a trip, man.
I'll say, man, like that was our biggest struggle. Was just kind of we were all over the place. And that's why we never really stuck together. And I'm still proud of those guys for hanging in there and still being together. There's no bad blood between us. I still talk to Chavez and Lewis and all, Joker. I talk to all of them all the time. But that was the biggest thing is the fact that, they're down there in Columbia at trigger time, whereas I'm 3 hours away. And it's much easier for me to focus on what I got going on up here with outsiders. Whereas it's just it'll never truly work the way I want it to work and the way Chavez wants it to work, and that's only fair on both of our behalves.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when it's 3-man and you're 3 hours away from each other.
Absolutely.
It's rough. It's hard to, especially you got 4 kids and a young one, like, that's just it's hard for practice then.
Oh,
It's just
man.
rough, right?
Absolutely.
So, um so what's the plan? The plan for next year is C3XL still?
That's the main plan going in, and that can change. I'm very I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but when it comes to paintball and tournaments, like, I'm so even if it's last minute, I'm like, "Let's go do it."
Nice.
Like, I had no intentions last year to play CFOA. It was all C3XL. That
Mhm.
was our motive. That's what we were gonna do. And I was just playing at Wolverine, and luckily Mikey kinda got the day to come play rather than ref.
Mhm.
And me, him, and the guy that was gonna be on our team at the time was just running three-mans on his three-man field. And I looked at Mikey, I was like, "Man, we're out here we're handling business today. Like, feels good, don't it?" And he was like, "Yeah, man, for sure." So I was like, "Let's do this CFOA 3 minutes in 2 weeks." And he's like, "I gotta work." And I was like, "You can get off work. You can get off work. We'll make it happen." And he was like, "Yeah, we'll see." And then we run another point, and dude, we won it in like 20 seconds. The match was over. And Mikey comes over and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that kind of came together just out of nowhere, and it turned into the guy we were playing with couldn't make it. So we picked up Dan off Life Alert. We
Mhm.
picked up Colton, who played with the Outsiders and Life Alert. And we made the trip up to Greensboro. We had an undefeated day until the semifinals, where a little controversial flag, as I would say, kind of stopped us from going to finals. We don't want to get into all that, but it was still a great day playing with those guys.
Colton's a good gun, man. Like, I'm glad he's back into it. So,
Oh, dude, he's such a good kid. Like he takes accountability, and that's a big thing to me when it comes to paintball. Like there's a lot of guys that'll try and argue, "Oh, I shouldn't deserve that flag," but he's one of the first kids I've met that will come over and be like, "Hey, man, I just messed up. That's on me." And he's always striving to be a better player. Like Colton's such a great
yeah, I didn't realize he's, like, in the Hendersonville area?
dude. Colton lives 5 minutes down the road from me.
I didn't realize he was that close. I should know that.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know bro, I didn't know it either. It's crazy until we played the finale as outsiders when we picked Colton up. I was like, "Where are you even at, man? Like, where are you based out of?" He's like, "I live on Goose Creek." And I'm like, "So, like 5 minutes away. Like, I'll just come pick you up and you can ride with me."
Nice. So, give us a skinny on what's been happening at Wolverine lately. Like last time I was there, they had the 3-man field, they had the hyperball field.
Yep. So 3-man field's still there. Hyper had got moved around a little bit, I think,
Okay.
but it's still the same field. But he is currently working on a 5-man field, and that's going to be right beside the hyperball field. I know the grass seed just came in literally yesterday. We were just talking about that. So that's his main focus right now is turning that into a 5-man field. He's going to keep the 3-man field, I believe, but using like just different bunkers.
Okay.
The 5-man bunkers are kind of the 3-man right now while he works on the grass. But Mikey's doing it up there, man. Like he's so invested right now. I can't wait to see what comes next because I started playing there about this time last year,
Okay.
and it was just the hyperball field.
Mhm.
So to see the growth and the work that those guys have put in, man, it's incredible.
Yeah. Well, and it'll probably work out nice having 2 fields that way, like Palmetto, he can rest one
Oh,
field,
for sure. Because right now, like the 3-man kind of intertwines with the woods field.
Yeah.
So, and we respect it, man. Like all the regulars, we get it. We know where the money's at. The
Mhm.
money's with the
With the
groups that are
rentals.
coming in. Right, man. So, like, we're not gonna argue when Mikey's like, "Hey, guys, I gotta take this group out." We'll go play on the hyperball field, or we'll, just talk it up as a group until you're done. So, the good thing with that is when the 5-man field's done, we don't have to sit and wait on a group. We can
Yeah.
just hop on the field. It's its own thing.
Is he putting lights in? Did I hear that?
It's so funny. We just talked about that Sunday, dude. We had just finished up playing for the day. He got a late group around about 4 o'clock Sunday. And it's so funny, dude. The weather was okay, but it was so overcast.
Yeah.
And we was just joking about it on Facebook because we both had HDR lenses in that day, and we was just going back and forth. I'm like, "Bro, can you see?" And he's like, "Mm-mm, nope, either." So he jokingly kind of goes, "Hey, Mason, I can't see nothing, man." And he walks like right into the pole, just cracking a joke. And we were literally talking about how dope it would be to put some lights up on that 5-man field and just do it. So I'm not gonna put it past it, man. Like when Mikey gets dedicated to doing something, he just does it.
Look, Mikey, I need you to put lights up so I can come out there on Friday nights and get my get my
Dude,
get my
Sunday
train
I'm
on.
gonna be right back in his head. Like, what's the move, man?
You know, just a little something. Come on.
I'm telling you. All it takes is him wanting to do it, and that's it. He's gonna take it and run with it and do it the best he possibly can.
Yeah, no, it's been really impressive to see him rebuild that field.
Absolutely.
And it's such a what I love about that field is it's a great advertisement for paintball because it's right there. You see
Oh
it
yeah.
when you're going down the mountain, you know, and you're like, "Oh, what is that?" Especially once they have the air bunkers back up on the 5-man field, it's really catching.
Dude,
And I
it's such an
remember
untapped area. I knew
yeah, and
nothing
it's
of Wolverine.
blown
Like
up.
when I came back, I was planning on like going to Greensboro because
Mhm.
I didn't know of Palmetto Hills. I didn't know of Wolverine. I knew of none of that. But Greensboro is about 2.5 hours from me.
Yeah.
So when I got my gun and my whole setup and all that stuff for Christmas, I didn't really want to drive potentially to Greensboro just to test it out. And that kinda be like the end of the day because you never know what's going on. There could be organized practices
Yeah.
or, a slow day, so I literally just went to Google and was like, it's gonna sound dumb, but it's like paintball near me.
Yeah.
Just let it do its work. So then it pulled up Wolverine, and I was like, "Okay, it's at least got a field, it's got air." So, pulled up the Facebook page, shot him a message, and I was just like, "Hey, checking in, see if you guys are open today." And it was William that messaged me back, and he was like, "Yeah, there's like, 3 or 4 of us if you wanna come out." And I was just like, "Cool. I just wanna, make sure my gun works, everything's good to go, and I was hooked immediately, even though, like, it was only 4 of us. It was a very slow day. It was more so the customer service and kinda that dedication that, William showed that day. He was supposed to be running the shop. Mikey, unfortunately, was in the hospital that he had, just had a small horse accident. That kid loves his horses just as much as he loves paintball. But William immediately hopped out there and ran 2v2s with me and another, regular that was there on the hyperball field all day long.
Nice.
And just showing that how much you care for a customer that has never been and just showed up randomly. And I've been hooked since, man. It's like a every weekend thing unless there's a tournament going on.
Yeah. Well, it sucks to show up at a field and only have like one other guy that you're staring at, right? So the fact that he
Dude,
was
and
like,
like I
"Hey,
didn't know
let's at least get
anyone.
2-on-2s," like that's
It's
awesome.
it's funny because one of the guys there, his name's Chad. He's a regular, and he saw me as like fresh meat. He walks up and he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a long day for you, buddy."
Yeah.
And I took that personally. He had a long day, and I still nothing but love for Chad. He's a great guy too, but couldn't have that going on.
So what was your favorite field that the C3XL went to this year?
It's a mix. I think all the fields that they choose to run at have their, I guess, pros and cons, I should say.
Okay.
Palmetto's probably the top of those fields right now. Pete does a great job taking care of that grass, man. It is absolutely beautiful. The pits are wonderful. So until someone tops that field, they're definitely holding down that top spot. Command decisions, and it's not a bad field, and it's close for me too, so that's also a win. That little slope they got going on the speedball field kind of just needs a little improvement, but
Yeah.
again, like, it's not a bad field whatsoever. And even Carolina Extreme, I liked kinda sitting up on the hill and
Yeah.
being able to see everything. So I see why Tyler liked that. When I was pulling in, I was like, "Man, I don't know about this."
Parking's
Like,
a little tight there.
that yeah, dude. That that original trip in, I was like, I don't know." But when I got there, I see why Tyler likes that place, and I know they're gradually working to make it better.
Yeah.
It sucked. You could tell, like, they had just recently worked on it because, dude, that event, it was like dodging, like, it looked like tree trunks popping out of the ground. Like,
Yeah.
if you weren't careful, dude, you were gonna eat it real quick.
Yeah. They've done a lot of work, and that the view is hard to beat.
Dude, the view is great. I I even sat there, like I said, on D6 the day before, and it was just awesome to watch every game
Yeah.
and be able to see so much.
Yeah.
That helped so much going into the next day in Division 5 because I had a mental note of every lane, every breakout, what bunker worked, what didn't. It was an awesome view for sure.
Yeah. Like, you're like 2 stories up almost, and you got that nice side view, so
But
you
yeah,
really get to see everything and the
absolutely.
whole game unfold. It's not just seeing one side of it.
Yeah,
You get to see it all, which is awesome.
absolutely.
Hopefully, has he released the schedule yet? Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He had kinda. So, I'm waiting to see if it's gonna be 1 day or 2 days again. I think he's kinda set on putting all 3 divisions on 1 day,
That will be
and
interesting.
that's what I'm saying, man, like, I don't know if he's gonna, like, restrict how many teams can sign up,
Mhm.
um, and I know D4 was a little lackluster last year,
Yeah, that was
but I
disappointing.
I just don't see that happening this year, man. There's a lot of great D5 teams coming up.
Yeah.
Definitely 5, I know for sure are gonna be coming from D5 into D4. So, even if the same amount come back from last year, there should be 10 teams. And
Yeah,
I know Life Alert, they've got 2 lives that they plan on playing
for D
in Division 4. Absolutely.
interesting.
So I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it plays out, but based off of what he originally posted, it was all under 1 day, and I hope that's not the case. I want to play D5 and D4 now.
Working on that,
Then of course can't.
cardio?
man, because I wanna be there for the guys I played with last year that are gonna be in separate lines. So
Uh-huh.
the original Outsiders line will be kind of split. It'll be myself, John, and Ronnie in D4, and we'll be most likely picking up a D3 guy from Greensboro or someone that John kind of knows to hop in there. And then in D5, we have three solid D5 guys, and I would be their Division 4 player. But if it's all the same day, then we'll slap somebody in there, and we just want to kind of be there for them. But it's going to be hard if it's all on the same day for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got, let's see, February 7th is the preseason scrimmage up at
Yep.
Command Decision. And then March 28th is event one at Palmetto Hills. Tyler, I'm going to miss that one. Sorry, bud. It's the wife's birthday. Like, that's the
That's a good
birthday.
reason to miss it, buddy.
So then we got May 9th back at Command Decision, June back to Carolina Extreme, and then August, Palmetto Hills. That's the 29th. June was the 20th, and then October 17th for the season finale at Carolina Extreme.
Back in Carolina Extreme. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. And you're right. They only have the one day blocked off.
Just one day.
Hmm.
And I know he mentioned it in a prior episode with you that he was really trying to go to one day.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work. There's no telling what Tyler's got up his sleeve, man. His mind's always running. He's up to something for sure. I don't know if, nah, there's no way to do two fields for sure.
I mean, at Palmetto.
Yeah, you could at Palmetto, but at Command Decisions and Carolina Extreme, I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't know if you could do two there. That'd be rough, I think.
I don't know. He's got a lot of changes because when he posted it, he
Well, yeah,
mentioned.
he talked about some stuff he wanted to change on his last. I got to get him back on here. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So
Get the details out of him because he's keeping it secret right now. And I haven't been down there in God knows how long. Not that I care to not go there. Like I said, man,
yeah, it's
Palmetto's
just a trip.
an amazing field. Yeah, it's not terrible for me. It's an hour and a half,
Okay, yeah, that's not too bad then.
whereas Wolverine's like 50 minutes. But when you got a 1-year-old with you, man, those minutes count, dude.
They do.
And she's at that age where she does not want to be in that car seat. So if I can get 40 minutes of not screaming, I'm all for it.
Yeah. You gonna do red versus blue at all?
I didn't want to, and not that anything against like that side of paintball, because I can't speak on something I haven't done.
Yeah.
I've never been there. I've never been to Folda Gap. I've wanted to, but the like Folda Gap's just a little too close to Christmas for me.
Yeah.
And having 4 kids, like that's where all my money goes. So, but I am coming to this year to check it out.
Nice.
The Wolverine guys keep asking me, and I'm like, uh, that's not me. But they keep asking to come out, so I'm gonna come check it out.
All right.
And if it's something I can get down with, I'll be back again. But it's gonna be new to me, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's it's gonna be new to me too. I'm finally going this year. Just I've never done like the
Nice.
scenario side.
Yeah, see, same for me, man. I've never done it. I've seen it. I've watched it. I see everyone talking about it, but it's just something that I've never gotten into. I'm a speedball addict. I love that up close and personal action. So it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be fun. I might do a double where I do red versus blue, then head down to Charleston for a scenario game. Get two in a row and then probably be done with it
Might
for the
as well
year.
do it, man. Absolutely.
So what was your favorite memory from the year?
Dude, it had to be winning that event in Palmetto. And I only say that, man, because like so much happened from the prior event leading up and even then the day of, dude. Like we had our backs against the wall going in. So we had a great prelim set. We went, I believe, 4-0. We didn't lose a single match. We didn't lose a match all day, as a matter of fact. We went undefeated. But the heat already was a huge factor. And having 5 of us, that was already huge with rotations. But when I tell you, man, like, I was already there the day before, not for long. I can't act like I was out there going crazy. I was not. I just checked out the layout, said hey to some friends, and that was about it, dude. It was too hot. I went right back to the hotel. So Cam and Pierre played in Division 4 the day before.
Hmm.
So they played all day. And going into that event, that was kind of where they went from nightmare to outsiders, and Cam and Pierre went from nightmare to outsiders. Same with John. We picked up Ronnie from the outside. I had never met Ronnie. I knew hardly nothing about him, but he fit right in, and everyone just clicked very well. And we went into the semifinals, and I got kicked from that tournament, bro.
Did
I got
you?
ejected. Yeah, dude, I got ejected from that tournament, and only because me and a ref kinda had it out. I thought I was right, the ref thought he was right. Still to this day, I don't think I did anything malicious, but, it happens. I get it. I get why Tyler was a little upset with me that day. Everything's cool. Me and Tyler spoke after the event. There's no bad blood, it's nothing like that, but, we went from there into I think I said semis, but that was actually the quarterfinals. We went from quarterfinals to semis, and poor Cayman started seizing up and having really bad cramps. So that dropped us from 5 to 3, man. And we had to go into the finals playing Life Alert with Mikey and all those guys with just 3 bodies. And even though, I was kicked out from playing, I'm not that guy that's gonna, like just sit on the hill and pout about it. Like, it's time to be there for my boys. So I just hopped in the pit, filling pods, filling tanks, wiping hits, doing whatever I had to do to keep them boys ready. And they went out there and got a nice little 3-0 finish to bring it home. So that felt really good after everything that didn't go our way. And we found a way to come against it and leave with the gold that day.
Nice. Yeah, sounds like coming through some adversity, right? And finishing strong.
Man,
So that always feels good.
absolutely.
So what's not the plan for next year? What's we doing jerseys for the outsiders or what?
Yes, yes. John is actually working on that as we speak. I put him kind of in charge of that. That's more of his thing. I know he's going through Carbon, I believe. He's got the logo set. We got to get some. I gotta talk to Mikey when I see him Sunday for sure because there's only like certain, I guess, files I should say
Hmm.
that they'll accept. Like it's a certain format, I guess, that you have to send the picture
Yeah.
to make it work. Otherwise, it'll look pixelated, and you know you don't want that on a jersey. But John's in the progress of working on that, and there's even more. Like he's going so far to doing, I believe, what did he say? It's in our group chat for sure. Something about a team store. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't. It'd be great if you would answer the phone, buddy. You could elaborate for us and fill us in, but we'll find out more. But
So I think
he's definitely locked in on that right now.
Carbon will customize it builds out your jersey and then they create a team store with other branded stuff that your guys have access to and you can buy, you know,
Yeah, you're probably spot on with
whatever you
that.
want. Carbon, since I just gave you a free promo, hit me up, man. Come on.
Yeah, shoot us a little discount while we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you.
come on. I know you got it in you.
Absolutely,
Oh, so what's the unicorn gun, man? What's the dream marker, if you will?
man. This is gonna be a little taking it back. So when I first came back, I had a beautiful blue NXT Nasty Shocker. And man, I love that gun so much. And as an idiot, I sold it because I'm trying to think of what that next shocker was called. It's basically where they eliminated the macro line. And it
The
was the first ones that came out.
amp,
Yeah.
yeah, or maybe it was
It
before
might be
the amp.
before the amp.
Yeah, the before the amp.
Before the amp.
Crud, what was it called?
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm drawing a blank on it too.
my gosh.
It was the first one that they dropped, and then HK came behind them
Mhm.
with another model.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it was
But I
really short
can't
at first, and then they extended it, and then there was the amp. Crap.
Yo, I'm telling you, I'm drawing a blank
Yeah.
too.
Ugh.
Literally, as soon as we stop talking, I'll go to sleep
Oh,
tonight.
yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna wake up at midnight. I'm
pop in
like,
there.
that was it. But essentially, I sold it, and that was the next marker I picked up. I was really intrigued by the fact that there was no macro line. That was new to me at the time. But I'd always had a marker that had a macro line. Ironically, that's where I met John. I bought it from him. I drove down to Greensboro, bought it from him. But man, that nasty shocker was absolutely gorgeous, and I still to this day can't find it. I look every now and then. There's different colors, different variations, but that blue was something beautiful. I'd do anything.
So what do you think's been the craziest move this off season?
I don't wanna speak wrong on it, but wasn't there a team that kinda disintegrated or fell apart after Cup?
Yeah.
A pro
Yeah,
team.
Diesel just called it quits.
Yeah, I noticed that, and it was just a little weird to me to see someone like and wasn't there something with, a Heat, I believe?
He got sold. Yeah, he
Yeah, that's what I thought.
so
There was a lot of crazy things that were happening after Cup that was a little unbelievable to me. I don't keep up with it too much because I'm that jealous player that wants to be a Cup. I'd do anything to be a Cup. It's crazy because I was even talking to Jacob a couple weeks before Cup when him and Mikey and the Life Alert guys were going
Yeah.
down, and I was like, "Dude, I might even just come hit for you." And he was like, "Yeah, come on down. You're more than welcome." And then it was like, "Dude, I can't. Like, it's so close to Christmas.
Yeah.
I gotta put my kids first. I'm gonna make it to Cup this coming year, regardless. I'll put money aside. I'll plan ahead of time instead of being last minute like I typically am.
Mhm.
But it'll happen for sure this year."
Yeah, Cup is real, especially since they moved it out to November, which I appreciate since both my kids are born in October.
I bet you do, buddy. I bet you do.
But it's you get done with Cup and then you're staring down the barrel of Christmas. So it
Yeah,
definitely
it's just too close. So I gotta put a little fund aside
yeah.
starting now,
Yeah, yeah.
like right
You
now,
gotta build that
because
up.
dude, those prices are crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It comes just, well, the national stuff is expensive. Period.
Oh yeah,
Like even going there and like, oh, I just want to go and experience it and play 3-man. Like that's gonna be the most expensive 3-man you've played.
absolutely.
Now make up for it a little bit, I guess, with the paint being so cheap, but you're still down
Yeah,
there.
I did talk. I talked with Jacob about that a bit as well. Like he had got a sponsorship or something with HK, and they ended up paying. I can't remember. It was like 25, 35 bucks a case. But even then, that I mean, it's great to be able to get that discount. Between travel, hotel,
Yeah.
entry fees, paint, it adds up quick.
Yeah. Yeah. It piles up. And then you're down there and you want to buy stuff, so you gotta have a little
Oh
little
yeah,
spending
yeah, you
cash.
got to. I literally just bought my Hormesis bottoms for my ProFlex
Nice.
just a couple days ago. It just shipped. It was so funny because I wanted to message Mikey and those guys and be like, "Hey man, just snag me a pair." But I didn't want to be that guy either. Like, focus on winning,
Yeah.
focus on playing. Don't worry about me, man. And it was so funny right after Cup, you go in the BSTs and everyone's like, "Yep, $300." And I'm like, who's gonna pay that, man? And shockingly, people
People
were.
pay it.
I don't.
People pay
I,
it.
I'm like, dude, I'll wait. I will wait till it hits online and I'll drop the $100 like everyone at Cup.
Yeah. It's just hey, it drives me insane that you're gonna buy something to flip like that.
That makes two of us, man.
But it also drives me insane what people are willing to pay for that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It just goes nuts. Well, man, let's wrap it up, I guess. Shout out the boys. Shout out the sponsors for next year.
Oh man, I could go on and on, but definitely a huge shout out to Wolverine, Mikey, Will, the whole staff there. That's such a phenomenal place. If you haven't been, 100% encouraged to go check it out. Shout out to Tyler, C3XL, all those guys down there. Shout out to the CFOA, Paintball Central in Greensboro. Plan on making a couple events there as well. And 100% shout out to my Outsiders boys. Let's make it happen this year. Hopefully, bring home more than one gold, but we're going up in a division, so we're gonna try and make some noise up there. And
Well, thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Everyone else
yes, sir. And
will,
thank you for your time, man.
yeah, man. And everyone else, we'll see you next time on the Planet Paintball podcast. And Mikey, I need more mech events. Hook me up.
I'll get to work on that on Sunday. I'll put it in the man's ear.
There we go.
I know he's dying to do it.
All right. Hang out with me for a second.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Shout out to 1023 Sportswear for sponsoring the show. Don't forget to use code Planet Paintball at checkout for 20% off your order. Gear up, save big. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to today's show of the Planet Paintball podcast. Remember, use code Planet Paintball for 20% off your orders from 1023 Sportswear. Shout out to Green Goat, Southwest Paintball, Josh Conley Tattoos, and Andy's Taco Shop. And remember, keep growing, keep grinding, and we'll see you next time on the Planet Paintball podcast, where we probe the divisional pits so you don't have to.